Okay, welcome back to another MPI episode. In this episode, we haven't filmed it yet, but we're going to hopefully get this front end welded on and even maybe move on to something else, but let's aim to at least get the front end on. Yep, it's getting cold down in the evenings now. Can't see that. My diesel powered heater doesn't seem to start. I've got a little electric heater just blowing on the parts that need to be warmed up. And yeah, so we're nearly mocking up there. We nearly got it in the correct places. We've got the A panels on, clamped on, checking the door shut lines, because this is a chance now that you've got a chance to tweak something if you can. And yeah, I think what we'll have to do is whip the wheels off as well, because we need to get in to the side, because normally I weld these wings to the front panel, put the whole lot on, but this time I decided to do it differently. I'm going to try and spot weld the wings while it's all on the car, and I can test fit everything. Better or worse, don't know. Definitely a lot easier just putting one panel at a time than it was putting all three panels on at once, but we can go. How here? We can't get the spot welder in completely. We can always just do a little bit of MIG welding in some certain areas, and may well still do that. What we need to do now is, I think we've cleaned up all the edges apart from under the bonnet where the ECU is and stuff like that. I think we're gonna have to move them out of the way to be able to get the spot welder in. So yeah, we'll adjust the bonnet a bit so we can get that getting a bit more accurate, so we can double check the lines. Once we're happy with that, we can remove the bonnet once we've got things clamped in place, and even maybe some tack welds on this front end just to prove that we've got everything in the right place. All right, let's keep moving and crack on, because we've got a cheese sandwich to eat for dinner. Okay, we're fiddling. Shut lines, not too bad. Doesn't get tight there. It's even Stevens on both sides. I still haven't clamped that one down, but I think we can work with that. And yeah, I'm just trying the arch on, because to get a good fit around here, I've had to pinch a little bit just down here. It's not perfectly in line, but I can't force it any other way. You start forcing it up here, this top bit starts coming off, you know, it's too thin. Maybe I could fettle it and bend it. Anyway, I'm just checking that the rear arch, the front arch bolts up still, and it doesn't pop with it onto that anyway, so I'm gonna call that done, because I don't want to pinch it anymore. There's a bit of a gap down this, but it's equal gap, so you can do something with an equal gap. Feeler. Got it on axle stands, but I'll put the axle stands right near the back of the subframes, so don't do it near the front, which you can do, and I might have done before, I can't remember. You can actually see the whole thing flex when you, especially if they've got the rubber mounts on it, so make sure you're not putting too much pressure on the subframe where it shouldn't be, and you're forcing the front of the car to be in a position it doesn't really want to be in. And then you put all the panels on, and then your subframe's always in that position, so make sure it's not under stress. We're getting closer. I'm running out of mole grip, so I'm gonna have to start welding something soon. All right, doesn't look any different to the last two videos, but we've just got some tacks on now. And yeah, we've fiddled it as much as we can. I'm sure people could get it much better than me, but it's close enough for me, that's for sure. And yeah, so we pinched a bit here, nicked a bit from there, robbed from Peter, gave to Paul. And yeah, we've got some tack welds on. Now I think it's a case of spot welding it all back up, and then no coming back from there. So yeah, bonnet up, let's get the spot welder, see what we can get. We've got to clean those edges up. All right, we've got the spot welds going along there, not all the way to the back yet, still need to clean a bit, go all the way along there. I've got some plug welds into the side panels, still got a couple more to do. That side wasn't too bad, I could get mole grips through the little gap there. That side doesn't have one. I could have cut a gap, but it's a bit silly. So it's taken a bit of time to get that close. I've been using those two clips or whatever they're called, panel clips. I've got some spot welds around this area here. Still a couple more to do, and I've got to do spot welding around there, and then we can work on the A panels. But yeah, I'm not built for holding a spot welder for so long. And yeah, it's only a small one, so not about the size. Whew. Cool. We're going to call it quits for tonight and come back another day and finish this off in the rest of the video still. Okay, we're back on this now. My arms got too tired doing the spot welder last time, so I needed a break, so we're back. What I need to do now is on these A panel to the inner wing, you normally have like a little L-shaped bracket that goes on here and just aligns this and just gives it a bit of strength, I guess. Can't get away with not having them, to be honest. But I'm going to cut the old A panel, take a bit of this arch out, and use that, and then they just get spot welded in as well. And we'll do that before we finish the A panel, because then we can get a nice-ish line. Hey, it's not too bad. Oh, I silly undid the A panel and the whole wing popped down a bit, and I should have just left it nearly, but we got it back eventually. MIG weld along the top there, a little bit of MIG weld on the bottom there. I may do a bit more, but we'll do the Sill later. I just realised as well that this little corner piece here helps the flexing there. If you haven't got that, it's just quite a straight join there, so it can bend in and out, and I guess maybe crack and do stuff or whatever. So it just adds a bit of strength to that now. Cut the spot welds on that. Nick the A panel a little bit with the spot welder just to sort of short through, but that's all right. Down where the seam is. I'll Paul at the old body shop will fix that. And yeah, let's see if I can get some spot welds up on the side in here now, because I haven't done that yet. And yeah, that was a bit of a bugger. I think those jaws are the best ones, but it makes these jaws are quite good because they're quite small and pointy like that, but then it makes the old thing quite long and heavy, and also just the leverages. Once you've got the smaller arms on there, you've got more leverage to clamp things shut, so you really got to make sure you've got it clean and mole grips where you're trying to clamp and spot weld. All right, back. I've been already down here for a few hours. Let's just turn this welder off so you can hear. Did a bit of tidy up, moved Lemmy back out because Pete Mate's dropping a car around that needs a little bit of welding doing to it. Mini, surprisingly. And yeah, so off camera, I finished off nearly all the welding on this side. Spot welds all the way down. I put a little bit of joiner just on this bit as well, just to sort of keep it strength-wise, because it is quite tight sometimes when you clamp those two panels together, the front panel and the wing. And yeah, got the plug welds inside on the inner wings to the front valance as well, or the pig ears, whatever you call them. So we're just moving on to the other side now. I've got the 26 million A clamp, G clamps, mold grips, whatever, clamped onto the A panel. Slightly happy with that. Just gonna check the arch on it, which is something I didn't do the other side, is when you do weld in those little tabs to bond the A panel to the wing, just double check that your arch is nice and smooth, because you can then weld a kink into it, but not the end of the weld to get out, but you might as well try and do it right the first time. So yeah, let's try and get this side done, and then we can put an epoxy primer on just the bare metal, and then move on. Maybe we should look at the bonnet, but I can't be bothered to do the rust repair on the bonnet. We're going to leave that to the end. Bought cheese baguette down to eat for my lunch. It is lunchtime soon.
Okay, I think the front end is all welded. A little bit of grinding just to do on some of the MIG welds, just to neaten them up a bit. Not that you can see them anyway. But I'll get a bit of a epoxy primer just on the bare metal, just for now, and then we can figure out paint a bit later. But yeah, way onto the sills. And we've also got another Mini now. Not mine, Pete mate's. Hey, the front end is finally on. Bit of epoxy primer on the bare metal. We're gonna, I don't know, wrap to line the arches at some point, I'm sure, and things like that. A few runs in the primer, I'm not bothered about that. It's just literally there just to stop it rusting away too much. And yeah, when we come to do the bodywork the final time, we'll rub that all down and that'll all get sorted anyway. So yeah, excellent. No, not tomorrow we got on this video, but we shall do something, I think. All right, we've got half an hour. We're collecting minis. Yeah, it definitely needs a bit of rust, a bit of welding on that. Yeah, let's see if we can get the seal cut off just so we can see what's going on, and gives us something to think about. Right. Oh, I find it easier just to chop it off than try and get the whole thing off in one go. Yeah, maybe you could do it. But anyway, looking like it's got normal sills on it. You can get things called over-sills, which thing, this is like basically what it says. It's a sill that goes over the old sill, used for in the olden days and / quick MOT repairs. But it does look like maybe, I can't tell, it looks like, maybe it's just expanded. I thought for a second that it had sills put on, and basically what happens is people put sills on. Over sills one thing, two, you cut the old sills off, and then basically you don't worry about this lip that you've left on here. If you saw me, you just spot weld through the damn thing because it takes a while to grind it off. So it saves a couple of hours on the job, but I think it's just expanded with rust actually. So maybe these are the original sills. So yeah. We're going to leave it here for the moment. I've got to paint something before we go, and then, yeah, we'll come back and do some more sill work. We've got floor repairs to do first, before we can put the new sill on, but we've got to get the old one off completely first so we can see what's going on. Okay, I'm back. I think this is a continuation of a video that I already started. So let's hope so, otherwise. Yeah, so the other day I did do another hour, just cutting the sills off, well, half an hour. But still not there, got to get that done. So that'll be the next job, is to clean all that up. I've been playing around with some gas struts on the bonnet. Let's not talk about those just at the moment. I've got Pete mate's car in here at the moment, so I've been dedicating a bit of time to that as well. But for the next few hours, we are on the MPI, a surprise build for my #1 daughter. Not chronological #1. Maybe not my favourite. Maybe he is my favourite. Keep them guessing, that's what I say. But anyway, as #2 daughter edits a video, she's going to put in some comment there, I expect. So yeah, let's get down, do some more grinding, see if we can get it ground off. Then we can see what we need to do to fit the new sill, because from the factory, I think the sills go on first, and then you've got the rear sort of panel where the subframe mounts goes over the top of it, which you can't really take off, so you have to sort of do a little bit of fettling on that. Yes. Right, time-lapse grinding mode, sanding the floor. Get the heater blowing. I brought a turkey sandwich down for lunch, obviously, because this is still Christmas time when you see this. Well, you can absolutely see why people just do over-sills. The amount of grinding to take these sills off properly. Then the repair work as well. When you put over-sills on, you can just ignore all the repair work. Anyway, We've still got more grinding to do. We're getting to the point now where we can see what part of the floor that we need repairing. There's a few holes. It doesn't need a whole new floor. I've jacked the car up a little bit higher. If I was you, try and get it up as high as you can. It really makes a difference if you can get it even higher on its side. Even easier to do this sort of stuff. I still need to take this old lip off yet. That's a bit of a pain, but it's got to be done at some point, but it doesn't help. It doesn't stop your test fitting stuff. So yeah, we're getting close. We can at least lift this into roughly the right position now. Obviously, because it's heritage, it fits pretty well. So yeah, we'll get all that clamped up later, spot weld all the way along there. Just gives us an idea of what needs still grinding, how things are fitting, what we're going to do at the back, etc. But yeah, notice a bit up there as well, which is up near the door rubber seal. I think the step's okay, it's just a little bit up there, so we'll do that from inside, I think. But yeah, we've definitely got some sections here to do before we can put the sill on. So nah, we're getting there. I'll have to see if I can get up higher maybe to do this. It's a bugger to try and get all the spot welds off. I can't tell if the seal's been replaced or not. I feel it may have, but I don't know. Hard to tell sometimes. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it hasn't. Alright, more grinding, more cutting, more welding. Alright, maybe welding. We should definitely at least cut the holes out so we know the sizes that we need to do. Okay, I've cut a bit of old repair panel up. Just making the first section to go in there. It's the biggest section, so let's get that done out of the way. I'm going to butt join it, hopefully. I'll weld it from the inside and then just grind it off the best I can. That'll be covered in sound deadening anyway. Underneath it all stone chip, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Didn't go up the sides, I've just got to the join basically. So I think I can get away with it. Goes slightly under the box section, which I didn't cut that hole, by the way. There's already a hole cut, so let's take that out before I forget it. It's in there. Rattling around for the next 2 years. So we'll fill that up later, but I might use that hole while it's here to spot weld the sill onto later. Anyway, let's get that welded in and see how we're doing. I didn't film lots of that, but that door's getting squeakier every time I open it. We've got these two main holes patched, but welded. I'm gonna put a bit of hammer on the inside because why not? Because I like that stuff, and it's all gonna be under the sound dead anyway. I'm gonna mostly chip all that old stuff off at some point. I found a little bit of rust at the bottom of the door and the door frame. I don't really want to put a new door skin on, but I may have to. I don't know. To be honest, I could get away with not doing it for now and then do another door skin in the future if it ever gets to the point where this car's kept outside and rusts. But we'll have a look at the other side at some point and make a decision at that point. We've done foreskins before, so yeah. Okay. Don't you open that trap door. A little bit of hammer on that. I like that, it's a bit thicker. We can always scuff it up later and go over it with paint, but there's all carpet in there anyway, and sound deadening eventually. So yeah, put a little bit of hammerite as well, just up inside the sills and the door steps inside. Shouldn't really have the car rocking a little bit. It is on axle stands, but we'll be all right. We'll steady it up once we put the sill on for the last time, but it'll be fine. All right, not going to wrap the video up yet because I'm going to keep this video going until we've actually got this sill on, and then we'll call it quits on this video. So I don't know how long it's going to be, Mouse, and do apologise if it's a long video. So yeah, I'll keep this short for the moment. off soon. Have loaded potato skins and pulled pork for dinner. I'm cooking, so that'll be good. And yeah, all right. Catch you in a second when we're back for the next time. We're back. Actually, it's literally the next day. So we've just done a little bit of tidying up in the camper van because when I'm filming this, it's New Year's Eve tomorrow. And the wife's agreed to stay down the unit with the camper van so we can crack on with all our projects late on into the evening while she cooks dinner. We have a few drinks, celebrate New Year's, get up in the morning, do a little bit more work and then go home. Well, that's the plan, isn't it? It does sound nice, doesn't it? But anyway, let's see if we can finish this video off. I've got 2-3 hours maybe. Let's see how far we can get on the sill. Okay, let's not make any promises about getting it done. So let's just crack on. Yesterday we painted all the bits that we welded. So we need to do some grinding at the front and the back where there could still be some repairs needed. And then grind along that horrible lip to take the old sill off so we're ready to spot weld the new one on. Not looking forward to that. After 6 months of it annoying me with a dodgy connection, which you might have seen in the videos, I finally just sat down and took it apart. Yeah, one of the wires was a bit bent and broken, so snipped the end off, redid it, and yeah, hopefully no more flickering in my miniature lead light. Really good, that is. A bit bulky sometimes, but lights up lots. All right, come on, Matthew, let's go on. Well, that was a good hour and a half of grinding. I don't think I even time-lapsed it all in the end. I can feel it's been a long time. Oh, my fingers are tingling and they're gonna ache tonight. And my arms are gonna ache. As I said, if you can get the car up much higher, mostly better on your arms and back if you can stand up and do it. Anyway, we've got the sill just clamped in. Still got to come off yet because I've got a little repair to do at the back here. And I think 2 major. The rear panel that goes on that holds the subframe on sort of overlaps the sills, as I said, so I've just cut it for now. I'm going to clean it up and then re-weld it back on. That should be fine. Obviously we've got a spot welder, so we're going to go along here and spot weld eventually. That'll be the last and easy bit. From the factory, these are spot welded under sort of through the floor. I think they do it before they put the rear passenger sort of bin pocket in. So one, I don't have the jaws, I don't think, to make. I might have jaws to, I should try it, jaws to go over the doorstep here to actually spot weld that. I definitely don't have any sort of jaws that would go over without removing the pocket, which some people remove the pocket. The other thing you can do is obviously you can just stitch weld or seam weld all the way along underneath. That's totally acceptable from an MOT point of view. But what I like to do is I like to drill holes. If I can't, I drill holes through the floor and then I plug weld from inside through the floor by pushing this panel up, which I expect you could do as well if you wanted to just drill through the sill here and plug weld upside down. But I do it from the top because it looks nicer and it sort of looks a bit more factory from the outside because you don't sort of have any, whatever, you can grind them off anyway. But anyway, which is a bit weird because yeah, you can obviously just tack it on. For an MOT, they like seam welding, but then also from the factory it's spot welded, so you can just drill and plug it. So anyway, all right. Well, I need to get the better gloves. I had some real thick gloves before with rubber pads on. I need to get them reordered because they wore out. Okay, I think we're nearly there. We've cleaned it up. We've drilled plug hole welds through the floor. We've done that repair at the back there, not the prettiest, but it will do. Got it clamped on for the last time. Yeah, so just make sure you push the sill up from underneath it and make sure, well, you don't want to push it up too much, just because obviously if you're pushing it up, that means something's not quite right, as well as you might not push a bit up and push another bit up. So when you actually look down at the car, the sill's all bleh. So make sure it fits nice, but when you do weld it, make sure it's just nice and snug. So we'll go along, I think, and do the plug welds first. I'll remove the door bin pocket thingy at the rear there, just so I can get down into that one. I think I can. And yeah, let's get this done and wrapped up.
Wait, got to wrap this video up now. We've got most of the spot welds done. There's a couple at the front there, and we just need to do some MIG welding at the front and the back. But I'm going to call that done in this video. I'm going to nip back at some other point and just do those little bits, and then we can move on to the other side. But yeah, plugged weld down there. It was all right getting into the rear section there, and checked from underneath. Got good penetration through them, so just as good as spot welds. I think so anyway. I'm not an expert though. Anyway, put a bit of epoxy primer on that because I find that the spot welds go rusty very quickly. Must be something related to chemicals and sciencey stuff. Anyway, we've got to go collect the wife from work, so I'm going to call the end of the video now. So thank you for all the subscribers and all the supporters that are helping me produce these videos. Well, I'm producing them as well, so... And hopefully the missus takes this quite well tomorrow night when she sees it for the first time. But yeah, hit like, subscribe. Check out the description if you want to help me become a Patreon or become a YouTube member. It all does help, and you do get advanced videos. And you're watching this now if you are a member. If you're watching it now, actually, it could be next year, 2026, when I release these videos. All right, let's get going, clean up, and we've got to get out of here.